Ooh, the lights look very bright. Bear with me. Says it's waiting for me. That's weird. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm just checking the head height. Okay, good, good. So let me turn on live chat. Hey Fusion, hey Jennifer. Hello Shorty. Who else do we have here? Maria, take a few deep breaths, honey, and release the energy that you're feeling. Do the best you can. Hello, Tina. So we are going to be talking about what it's like to be an empath. Some things that you need to be aware of. Some things you need to do. We only have 5 people so far. That's the danger of not having a notification go out. So we'll give it just a couple minutes because everybody always expects me to be late, and I'm now the girl who's always on time, relatively. Relatively on time. We'll say that. How's everybody doing today? Are you guys having a good day? Hey, Super Rockin'. Good to see you. Hey, Tess. Just on Kimmy time. I love that. It's kind of like, you know, in Lord of the Rings, how they said, Frodo said to Gandalf, Gandalf, you're late. And he says, a wizard always arrives precisely when he means to. So Kimmy always arrives precisely when she means to. Who else have we got in here? Oh, now it's growing. All right. Good, good, good. We get more people. Yay. This is a topic I think applies to so many on the channel. So I think we kind of need to dig deep into this one. Unfortunately, you guys, hello, welcome, Keisha. Unfortunately, we're gonna be a little bit later on our regular zodiac reads because I had a lot going on today. Personal reads and zodiac reads and this. Hello, Trudy. We're gonna get rolling in a little bit. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. Right now, everybody's greeting everybody. So say hello to your fellow viewers. Some, maybe all of which, may be empaths. Hey, Maria. Oh, I love the little red hearts and the green heart. How cute. Hello, hello. Another Maria. I love it. 2 Marias now. Maria, meet Maria. Logged in as Shorty. I hope everybody's having an absolutely amazing day. I should probably take these down. Yes, grab your beverage. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, I used to always say, go grab your beverage, pop your popcorn, order your takeout, because we are going to be in for a while. So grab your beverage of choice. Mine, I am not sponsored by this company, but y'all know what that is. Hello, Mary Lou. Hello, Rosie. So, how many of you that are already here are empaths that you are aware of? Is there a good bit of you? Jennifer is. Super Rockin' is. Trudy is. Most empaths are healers too, Trudy. Keisha is. Mary Lou is. Fusion is. Yeah, we know Tess is. Tess is. Maria says, not sure. Maria, you just told us that you could feel your twins' energy. That you could feel your twins' feelings. So, my dear Maria, Shorty Maria, you are an empath. The other Maria is, okay, so we're gonna call Maria Shorty, and we'll call the new Maria Maria. Unless you have a nickname you want us to use, Maria. Shorty was just telling us a little while ago that she could feel her person's feelings. So clearly, empath. Now, just so you guys are aware, Mercury retrograde, do not be alarmed if your feed starts doing something funky. So if so, then just refresh, restart, reload the page, reload the video. It'll be all right. I ain't going anywhere. I'm here with you. You're a Shorty too. Your whole mood can change from one person in a crowd. All right. Hey, Lou. Hello, Lucy Lou. You just got out of HIT class. Good for you. Good for you. You can feel the twin and used to feel their feelings through text as well. Mom's home from the hospital. Good news, Lou. Good news. I'm very happy to hear that. Good, good, good. Excellent. All right, I'm going to give it 3 more minutes, and then at the 10-minute mark, we're going to start talking about clairsentience. Even though we're not going to have as many people. That's okay. How are you feeling, Lou? Are you doing good? I know you've been pretty exhausted as of late, and your back. How's your back? Update Kimmy. Tired. You can feel your twin too? Still sore. Okay. But moving around okay? Are you moving around relatively okay, all things considered? Your daughter. Hello, Cheyenne. What a name. I love it. You're moving around as much as possible. Okay, good, good, good. All right. Your daughter is an empath too. Oh, okay. She sees auras. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. I have a friend who sees auras. She's really amazing. The way she can tell something's going on with somebody from their aura. Friday, you felt a car would crash through your store. You kept feeling it and didn't know why. It happened Saturday morning. Ooh. Wow, wow, wow. So you had claircognizance, knowing about the car crashing through the store. Do you still have a job, or are you on hold because of whatever happened there? Is your job safe? Sorry, I worry about people. Don't mean to make you post your personal business. I care. I'm just wanting to make sure you're all right. All right. So, extremely overwhelmed. All right. So you guys need some tips. Let's talk about clairsentience. Okay, you do still have a job. Good, good, good. Okay. So seventh time you felt something and it happened. Now, did you have a knowing, or did you feel something in your gut? Like, did you feel sick? Did you feel hurt? Do you know what I mean? You see what I'm getting at? So we know if it's claircognizant or clairsentient. was a knowing. Okay, so claircognizant. Cool. Cool, cool. All right, that's awesome. I love when I get those. All right, let's talk about being an empath. We hit that 10-minute mark. As many people as we're going to enter in are here. So what does it mean to be an empath? Well, a lot of people talk about an empath as somebody who is just, very understanding of somebody's concerns, right? Somebody sits down beside them, they're having a bad day, they feel the bad day too, that sort of thing. But being an empath is more than just empathizing with somebody, right? Hey, Keisha, welcome, welcome. Because empathizing with somebody is when they sit down beside you, they're telling you about their day, and you're starting to feel kind of yucky because they had a rough day, right? Or you feel happy because they had a happy day. Being an empath is a little bit different from that. Being an empath is when you feel their feelings without them telling you the kind of day that they had, right? You feel somebody's feelings from a distance. Sometimes you may be out and about, maybe standing in line at the cash register, and you feel the emotions of the person in front of you without them speaking to you, without them even turning around and looking at you. Or, you're checking out at the cash register and you feel the feelings of the cashier. This can also happen when you're in a group of people. The worst and most difficult part for empaths, as much as we love events. Oh, welcome to VIP, Mary Lou. Welcome, welcome. Weren't you already a VIP? I thought you were already a VIP. Welcome, welcome, my dear. Empaths at group events, right? I love going to group events. Take me to a concert, put me up in the front row, but by golly, that concert better be going good, because if it's not, I'm going to feel it, right? So being amongst a group of people, you may feel a variety of people's emotions. So oftentimes everyone assumes that this is just so that you can work with somebody and help them understand what's going on in their life. Be like a street side therapist to this person. And that's absolutely not what the purpose of you being an empath is. Okay? So let me just clear that myth really quick. So being an empath, once again, is you're feeling people's feelings, either from a distance. Oh my gosh, Bobby. Bobby. Oh my goodness. Wow, Bobby. Bobby, thank you for that super chat. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Wow. Bobby. Bobby, thank you. Love and light to you. Wow, wow, wow. Second mom. Now Keith's going to have to keep up with that, my son. Did you get to pick the color? Were you able to pick the color? I've never done that to know. That is so, wow. Bobby, happy birthday, second mom. Thank you so much. I'm blown away. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Appreciate it. So now I've lost my train of thought. My birthday is this month, and Bobby's always been really fabulous about my birthdays up here. He's awesome. So thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. It's the last rank to color red. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. It stood out pretty strongly, so that's awesome. Thank you very much. So, where was I? Bobby, you threw me off. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. So, being an empath, feeling people's feelings, either near you or from a distance, right? Feeling a group of people, and it's all feelings-based. Empath is all feelings-based. So if you've ever been able to determine what's going on with somebody without even knowing them, it's very likely empathic feelings, right? Does anybody have any questions about what an empath is before we talk about stuff like that? Yeah, Tank, I'm gonna have to show Tank that super chat. He's got. I send him a note. You gotta top Bobby. Oh. So does anybody have a question on what an empath is before we move forward, right? It's a psychic gift of being able to divine information through feelings. So it's kind of a source of divination, but it's all from the feelings that you're feeling out and about. Well, 9999 is good luck too. That's good luck. That'll help with my move when I go to move. Thank you, Bobby. Just extremely low energy today. Okay, gotcha. So one of the ways you'll recognize that, like I said, if you go to large gatherings, you can feel the entire area's emotions. So like, let's say you were to go to a football game, like the Super Bowl, right? Because we just had the Super Bowl yesterday. If you were in an area that was like highly Tampa Bay fans, right? If you were there, highly Tampa Bay fans, and you were feeling the positive energy of their forward movement in the game, then as an empath, you would have been feeling really fantastic, really excited, really wonderful. If, however, Tampa Bay had been losing, much to my brother's chagrin, they did not, but if they had been, then, you know, if you were there amongst Tampa Bay fans, you would have been feeling the emotion of that anger, that frustration, and it could have caused some really intense anxiety within you, right? So being an empath can have some adverse effects that you need to be prepared for. Hi, Connie. That you need to be prepared for to protect yourself and shield yourself from. But it's important to consider the fact that sometimes those emotions you're feeling, because they're from multiple people, will be hard to discern who they're from. So it's important for you to test those emotions and those feelings often to see if you can fine-tune your ability to understand what it is you're being told. Now, being an empath also means that you can feel the feelings of spirits. Feel the feelings of spirits. Sometimes they will communicate to you through feelings, right? Like I was talking about that intensity that I get. Hey, Gary, that intensity that I get. Oh, Gary, I need to read your email. I'm so sorry. I haven't caught up on email yet, but I did see you sent me one. Feeling that intensity of, okay, I got to go do this, right? It's when spirit uses that emotion of making me sick to my stomach that I have to take action. So there's that overall feeling of anxiety, right? That feeling of pressure in a roundabout way from spirit. So being an empath, you can also feel those feelings. Some of the positive aspects of being an empath is that you can help others, that you will know something before it becomes something that you have to deal with as an individual or as a group, wherever you're at, that you will be able to prepare yourself. And I'll give you some examples of things like that have happened in my life. You can prepare yourself for whatever spirit is trying to alert you to by allowing you to feel somebody else's feelings, because you won't be able to feel everybody. You're only going to be able to feel the people that spirit feels you need to be able to feel to be able to move forward in one way or another. So it's important that you become very fine-tuned to divining the information from those feelings. So all of you that are in here right now, hey Jenna, tell me what happens. What do you do when you initially feel these kind of empathic feelings, right? What is it that you do when you have these empathic feelings? Because the most important thing is gathering that psychic knowledge to be able to figure out what it is that spirit's guiding you to do. A lot of times empaths will go, oh, I see somebody's hurting, So, oh, I must be being guided to take their pain away. That's a big no-no for empaths. They tend to feel like they have to take somebody's pain away. Sometimes people need to experience the pain because they're being guided or directed in some way in their life. So you don't always need to take somebody's pain or take somebody's feelings of difficulty, which is the cross that many empaths feel they have to bear. But it's not a cross you're supposed to bear. You withdraw, okay? You feel their feelings and it's exhausting. You try to determine whether the feelings belong to you first. Perfect, perfect. When you're around someone you don't like, you tend to not be as warm with them. In fact, you keep your distance. Okay, gotcha. So, you have a deep breath and see if it's you. Yep, twin or someone around you. Yep. If it's negative, you need to walk away. Yep. Give yourself time to process. Okay, so a lot of you keyed into the very important aspect. Take a pause. Always take a pause. Like my dear cousin, she's empathic, and she feels that sense that she needs to take their pain, right? Rather than take the pause. And so it's very important to take that pause, especially if your emotions suddenly shift and suddenly change and you don't know where they're from, right? They're clearly from somebody else. So take that pause and determine, is this really the way you're feeling? Especially if you go from happy, happy, happy to all of a sudden, dark and gloomy. It's really important to know, are those feelings yours or are they someone else's? So first take that pause and reflect. That could be just a matter of a couple seconds. It doesn't have to be a very long period of time. The more you get in tune to your energy movement, the more you're going to recognize when it's not you. Now, you used to be able to guide people into yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. But that's not necessarily what you're supposed to be doing. That's not necessarily what you're supposed to be doing. So that's good that you're here. So after you pause and you reflect upon, whether this is your emotion or it's somebody else's, then the next most important thing is to figure out, what are they trying to, what are they trying to express to you? What is spirit trying to express to you by you feeling this person's emotions, right? Because just like Chauncey, Charmsy, just like Charmsy 1111 was saying, it's an automatic reaction to want to help somebody, right? Always is, but that's not always for their highest and best good. So it's important to note from spirit, okay, what do you need me to be as this conduit to this person who's feeling these emotions, right? A lot of times we feel like we have to sit down and listen and we have to carry their weight. That's sometimes not the case, right? Sometimes all they need is a presence sitting beside them while they ponder and deal with something. They don't necessarily need to talk it through, right? Sometimes we're being given that intuitive guidance on their emotions because there's something important that's going to come up for that person down the road, if there's somebody connected to you, and that you might need to be that source of unconditional love or that source of peace or that source of strength for them when that time comes. So it's not always in the moment action. Does that make sense? It's not always in the moment. Now, if you get a negative emotion out and about somewhere, right? And you're feeling somebody's anger, you're feeling somebody's frustration, I always find that it's best to first determine where that emotion is coming from. So I like to scan the crowd that I'm in, right? And maybe it's my former military, I don't know. But I like to scan the crowd until I can hone in on where the emotion is coming from. So I specifically ask Spirit, show me who this is that's creating this emotion. And then I'll scan, and the emotion will get stronger when I look at the person that's feeling those negative emotions, right? Once you figure out where the negative emotions are coming from, then you can assess, is this a situation I need to back away from? Is this a situation in which there's something that's going to happen that actually may be entirely different than how I'm viewing it? For instance, feeling an emotion of intense negativity can sometimes also be a person is dealing with a massive health crisis. So sometimes you're in the know because you're going to need to be in the ready when they have a massive health crisis. Does that make sense? Here's an example. So my ex-husband, I had to meet him for, I don't know, we had to exchange something. I can't remember. It was a while ago. We've been divorced for like 5 years, I guess. Anyway, so I had to meet him for something. I can't remember what. And I was sitting at the opposite end of a table from him, and I felt like I was going to die. Like, there is no other way for me to put it. The feelings I felt within me were so wretched that in most cases I would have ran, or I would have collapsed or passed out or something like that. But I did that. I took that pause, and I'm like, okay, this has got to be my ex-husband. And I remember telling him, well, of course I was a little, not exactly so nice. I was like, what is wrong with you? Something is wrong. You're sick. Something's wrong. And he's like, he just kind of looks at me and he's like, yes. And he starts telling me all of these problems. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm feeling like I'm going to die. You need to get to the hospital. So he's like, oh yeah, I have an appointment. Well, the appointment was like 5 weeks later. And I'm like, no, you have to go to the doctor. So because I was feeling those feelings, right? I was feeling the feelings of, this intense lack of energy, this intense feeling that I was going to collapse, this massive emotion of negativity. And so thankfully, despite his aversion to psychic things, he chose to listen to me. And he went to the doctor and ended up in the emergency room because they shipped him there very rapidly and said he wasn't going to make it if he didn't go. So do you see what I'm saying? It's like sometimes those negative emotions are not something you can leave and run from. You need to assess, what is it? Who is it coming from? And then, is that person a threat to you, or is that person got something else going on? Because sometimes it could be medical as well. Hey, Jen. Hey, Claudia. So there's a variety of things that can cause those negative emotions with you. It could be spirit saying you need to course correct. You're going in the wrong direction. It could be spirit saying, do not communicate with that person. Do not get involved with that person. That person is not right for you. That person is bad for you. It could be spirit saying, you need to go home now because something bad is going to happen in this location, right? So there's so many variety of things that can cause the negative emotions. So empaths, let me encourage you not to immediately run or leave a situation when it happens. First, go through that assessment. Say, Spirit, show me who it is. Scan the group, scan the room, find that person that makes you feel that really intense emotion, and then determine, is this a threat? Is this a situation I need to be aware of? Or is something else going to require my gifts, my skill set, my abilities, right? Because each of you has a different background, a different skill set, a different sense of knowledge that may be needed. Does that make sense? So super important to keep that in mind when you get those negative emotions. Another example would be, I went to this concert, and what's his name? Who's the guy that's married to Nicole Kidman? What's his name? Keith Urban, right? So I went to this hey Star Sunflower. I went to this Keith Urban concert. And of course I had front row pit tickets because that's like where I like to be, is in the pit. So I had pit tickets, and I'm sitting outside kind of like waiting before the concert starts. And I always go places by myself. So I was by myself, and suddenly I felt that negative emotion that we were talking about, right? Well, I did a scan, And I found the two people that were causing that sense of feeling of negative emotion. So I knew, okay, well, I wasn't going to leave the concert, right? Because I'd paid a lot for that ticket. So I wasn't going to leave the concert. I paid a lot for that ticket. But by golly, I was going to stay away from those people. And then I saw them go into the pit. And I knew why Spirit was alerting me to the fact that they were going to be an issue. So I totally avoided them, went as far away from them as I possibly could. At one point in time, Keith Urban went from the front of where the stage was to, further a stage up in the stands. And at that time, those two people got into a fight. 22 people went to the hospital, and I had to protect a group of 5 little tiny girls at this particular concert. And so it was the people that I had felt, the people I had tried to avoid, but then also I was not to leave because my military background kept those 5 women calm and the 3 daughters that were with them. I kept them calm, and in the circle where this massive fight and this blood was all gushing out and everything, I kept them back, and I was at the front of the circle. And that was my veteran side kicking in, right? So in that space and time, I was not meant to leave. I was needed there for those women. And so it's important that you figure out and assess the situation before you make an immediate decision to leave when you feel negative emotion. So I'm asking those of you who normally do to try to look at it from a different perspective, right? Because the empathic gift is given to you for multiple reasons, right? Not just to help people, but to help you to know what to do in different situations in your life, in different situations that you may be faced with, right? And like I said, we all have different skill sets. We all have a different makeup. We all have a different way that we handle things. And Spirit uses that in different ways, in different places. So those are some examples of how negative energy can actually be transformed in a positive way, and that you are being used in a way that's very helpful. Does that make sense? Is there a way of knowing if any of us are empathic? Empathic? Do you, yes, Jenna. So do you get emotions that feel like they're not from you? Can you tell when somebody's hurting? Because we talked about that a little bit at the beginning. So at about the 10-minute mark, about 20 minutes back from here, where you might feel somebody's emotions when you're out and about, or you might feel the excitement of a crowd without, really knowing it, or feel the difficulties, right? Oh, you're very welcome, Keisha. Yes and no, Mary Lou. So we're going to talk about that in a minute as one of your be carefuls. So most empaths you will literally feel an emotion. There's no other way to put it. You'll feel an emotion out of nowhere that makes no logical sense at first unless you've been dealing with it for a long time, right? And then you'll be able to recognize it. All right, hold on. We have 42 people in here. Welcome. Wait a minute. We have 40 people and only 14 likes. Y'all, show me some love. Hit the thumbs up button for me. I know y'all love me, so there's not a lot of, there we go. That's a little bit better. Keep going. There's like 20 more of you. There's 20 more of you. Come on, keep going. Hit the thumbs up for me. Keep it going. 50% isn't great. Come on, y'all. I know y'all love me. I love y'all. Thank you. So, well, I just happened to look up and it was like 42 and 14. That's a little bit off. Now, wait a minute. There's 13 more of you. Come on. Now there's 11 more of you. So, where are we at? Okay, so negative emotions. I just wanted you to look at that from a different perspective, right? So, a lot of times people who feel other people's emotions, right? You've been told to warn me not to eat butter pecan ice cream. Well, are you telling me or other people? Because I've been having some severe allergies to food in the last few days. I've been having massive allergies. Sunflower, I have a sunflower allergy. Got totally wiped out by that on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So with regards to those emotions, right? A lot of people, they just want to help, right? You have this desire to help because you want to get rid of the emotion you're feeling and help somebody to process the emotion they're feeling. Now, do not take on the feeling of empathy from the aspect of being a spiritual martyr, okay? Do not do that. Do not feel like it's absolutely essential that you absorb this person's emotions in order to bring them to a point of happiness and peace and love, because that is not going to serve you as an empath. It's just going to harm you as an empath. Spirit guided on helping them, yes. Spirit guided if you're guided to listen, yes. Spirit guided if you're guided to comfort, yes, absolutely. You'll know. But do not feel like, oh, I'm an empath, so I absolutely have to absorb this person's energy to make them whole, because that's not your job. Your job is just to know how to help them. So when you're feeling somebody's emotions and you're in the state of feeling almost like, you're kind of like their side therapist, right? Like maybe it's a family member or a friend or somebody of that nature. You have to disconnect yourself from what you're feeling from them, but take a look at what are you feeling? Are you feeling anxiety? Like Maria earlier, Shorty was feeling anxiety, right? So in that sense, if Shorty was sitting next to somebody who was dealing with anxiety, then if she took a step back and said, okay, I can't absorb this person's fears, but I can be here as a listening person, right? I can be here to let them know this is a safe place where they can talk without fear of any kind of judgment, without fear of any kind of difficulties in speaking out what it is that they're dealing with, right? Making it a safe zone for that person to communicate what it is that they're feeling without absorbing it as your own. Because if you absorb it as your own, then you become anxious and you become unable to help this person. So you have to find a way to block out that energy, which brings us to some energy tactics. Some energy tactics. So you need some tactics to block the energy, right? For me, I wear these beads. This is a Buddhist mala, and I am an affiliate with this company, so I am required to tell you that right now. So this is a Buddhist mala, and I could put a link up to this tomorrow when I'm up here, right? I'm an affiliate with this company because I love their beads. Well, this Buddhist mala is filled with 108 black onyx beads. Black onyx are for grounding. And so my cousin that I was referring to, who is the empath, right? She tends to take on people's energy. She was really struggling, and I saw her struggling, and I knew that I could turn it off because I've had more experience turning it off. So I gave her my beads, and I said, this will help. I promise you this will help. And she wore them, and sure enough, she was able to disconnect from this person's energy. And, I had to buy myself another grouping of them. I wear these black onyx beads when I go out and about because I pick up too much psychic information, but I also pick up people's feelings and emotions and all that. I have, all of my clairs are very developed, and so I don't want to pick up people's stuff, so I wear them out. When I go out, I wear those beads. Sometimes I joke around about it with friends and I say, oh, hold on a minute. Let me pull my beads off and I'll know everything about you, you know, but it's not true. I can't read their mind. But the beads help me to stay grounded. You could carry a stone in your purse. You could carry a stone in your pocket. Something of that nature, some sort of grounding energy. Yeah, it's really hilarious because they really think I can read their minds. And I'm like, no, I can't. But the moment I take the beads off, they're like, oh no. Oh no, she's gonna know. So it's really quite humorous. It's almost like it's my way of lightly torturing my friends. Yeah, the beads are coming off, y'all. So that's one way. Now, at the same time, notice the other beads I'm wearing. These have a purpose. I'm not just wearing them just to be cute, right? So these beads are amethyst. Amethyst increases your intuitive abilities, right? So I wear the amethyst at the same time that I wear the black onyx for the same purpose. So I want to be able to block out somebody else's intense feelings and not make them my own, right? So I wear the grounding beads. But I also at the same time want to be able to determine what is the purpose for me gaining this sense of knowledge. What is the purpose for me knowing what somebody is dealing with from their emotions? And in that state of trying to bring in extra intuitive energy, I wear the amethyst beads. Now, those of you that are twins, and I just felt my twins' energy a minute ago, so that's why I had to mention this. Those of you that are twins, whether you are in communication with your twin or not, you will feel their emotions. And you will feel their emotions out of nowhere, and it can be a little bit overwhelming because it's your soul, right? Regardless of whether or not the two of you choose to communicate or choose to like move on in your own directions, right? You will feel your twin's emotions. And when you do that, and you recognize that the emotions you are feeling are from your twin, the very best thing that you could possibly do is send them some energy from afar and then release it. Let it go. You can't carry their emotions throughout the day. You can't be their savior, and neither can they be yours. So it's important for you to send them some energy and let it go. I'll put a link, Shorty, I'll put a link back in this video tomorrow. But just know, YouTube requires me to tell you I am an affiliate of that company, but I love their beads. I love their beads. So just be aware if you feel emotions from a twin, and this also happens with soulmates. You can feel the emotions of soulmates as well. So be aware of that in the same situation. If you feel the emotion of a soulmate, then send them some energy and do not carry it as your own. Wednesday, you had an anxious feeling about your house burning down. Oh, Mary Lou, did you see me talk about the house burning down, the rural house burning down in the channeling? Because I meant to send you an email and let you know. I had mentioned that in the channeling. Okay, yeah, good. So you did see it. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, so that's the house burning that I saw. It was interesting. It's difficult when you see a vision of a house burning. You know, you want so bad to just say, hey everybody. And there was one time I smelled a fire as well, and there was a fire. Anyway, back to empathic stuff. So for those of you that feel this intense need to absorb somebody's energy, right? It's like I said, it's not always for their highest and best good. So it's important for you to really divine what it is that's being told to you. And I think that's where empaths have a tendency to drop their own abilities to recognize and intuit what's happening. There's doubt that creeps in because it's an automatic feeling of, ooh, I have to help. I have to make them better. When if you communicate with spirit about it, spirit might say, ooh, this person, they may actually tell you with that clear knowing that Keisha, the other Keisha had, that clear knowing of something where you can say, okay, this person has just dealt with a divorce. Let me help them with that. Let me listen. This person has just dealt with a job loss. I can feel it in my soul. They've just dealt with a job loss. Let me help them with that in some way. So it's important for you to open up the intuitive connection from the crown chakra on up to your higher self, to your spirit guides, to give you specific information when you feel those feelings. And that's where most empaths disconnect from what it truly means to be an empath. There's just this desire to help and not a desire to know why. And it's the desire to know why that will lead you to a better use of your empathic abilities, and you'll be able to actually come to a point of strong knowing how to use them and how to help and how to maneuver your life and the lives of the people that are around you with that empathic ability. Did I just make sense? Because I feel like I was just talking in a loop. Y'all got very quiet. When you get quiet, I get nervous. I get nervous when y'all stop talking. I know y'all are listening and you're intently listening, but then I go, wait a minute, did I just lose everybody? Yeah, I did loop, didn't I? Yeah. So let's talk about how to deal with it. So as I said, beads, right? Beads. I wear the beads. So not only do I wear the beads, but I also take a little bit of time to throw in some extra techniques when needed, right? If I am going to be in a large group, like say a stadium setting, right? Football game, I need to already be aware that I've paid this money for this ticket, but if things go south in this particular game, I got to get the heck out. Because if I don't, I'm going to be a total wreck. So you take preventative measures, to make sure that you don't place yourself in a situation where you know could be difficult. So I personally do it, but I also have a backup plan. So I also have a backup plan. Like if I know I'm going to a giant event, in order to avoid it, I have my backup plan. But in the morning and in the evening, I was just talking to Shay about that. I don't know if Shay's in here or not. In the morning and the evening, it's very important for you to clear out the energy that you have picked up from other people. Because when you have picked up energy from other people, when there's been an energy exchange, you could also create a telepathic link between them. And so it's important to release the negativity of the day and to start the day in a state of protection, right? So some of you are already aware of my diamond shell technique, right? So those of you that are aware of my diamond shell technique, you'll already know this, but I'm going to relate it to everyone else here. It takes just a few minutes. You call on Michael to cut the cord. That's a really great idea. We haven't gotten to that part yet, though. So this only takes a few minutes every day, in the morning and at night. And basically in that state, I imagine that pillar of white light, the pillar of white light we call down when we do our meditations that I guide you guys to get, right? I call down that pillar of white light and I create a cocoon of white light around me, almost like an egg in a roundabout way. And then I allow that to absorb I visualize it absorbing any dark energy around me, right? Visualize it. Always holding a quartz crystal. I forgot to say that part. Quartz crystal absorbs negativity, right? In that space, as soon as I feel that sense of peace, I imagine that energy coming down, the pillar coming down, all absorbed, and it turning into this hard diamond shell. Hard diamond shell. You can do the same thing with the heart center, right? Personally, I prefer the emerald method. You could do the same thing with the heart center, the heart chakra, and turn it into, pull in all that energy and turn it into an emerald heart. An emerald heart, something hard, difficult to penetrate. Difficult to penetrate, right? That's why I personally think that an emerald fusion, you were seeing all of those engagement rings, right? Well, if you ever decide to ask your girl, Annie, to marry you, an emerald diamond ring expresses a stronger heart center desire than a diamond. So just so you know that, fusion, because I know we've seen you and Annie get married. So you make sure you get her an emerald engagement ring. So you could do that same thing with the emerald, right? Emerald heart. You make the heart center strong so that it's impenetrable. Now you're still going to absorb people's junk during the day, but at the end of the day, you clear it out. And at the beginning of the day, you add an extra layer of protection. So super important energetically. Now, how do you protect yourself from an energy vampire? So Mary Lou was talking about narcissists. Let's take it a step further to an energy vampire. Hey, Sylvania. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I love that name. Let's take it a step further. Energy vampire. Because if you're an empath, you absorb positive energy as well as negative, right? When energy vampire absorbs your energy, kind of takes your light away so that those empathic abilities are unable to be utilized as well. It can block all of your psychic abilities. Energy vampire. How do you prevent yourself from that? Energy vampires. Has anybody ever had any experience with one? I have. Seven years with one. Garlic, fusion garlic. I was married to one. It was very difficult. It sucked the energy right out of me. Like, my psychic stuff was blocked. It kept trying to leak through, but it just couldn't. How can you become an energy vampire? See, the thing about energy vampires is they don't know they're doing it, right? So they don't know that they're pulling and drawing from your energy. Empaths are very, very, very susceptible to energy vampires. So an energy vampire is a person who gets a feeling of happiness, gets that good feeling that, all is well and things are great and everything is wonderful by stealing somebody else's joy, right? They don't intend to. They don't realize that they're doing it, but they do. They steal your energy. Kryptonite. That's so funny. So, okay, kryptonite's a whole nother topic. We'll get on to kryptonite another day. So they steal your energy without really knowing it. Now, there are some people who are very, very aware that they can do that, or at least they claim they can. And there's a group of vampires, literally, in New Orleans. And there are some people in that group who feel that they get their sense of happiness by stealing somebody else's energy. They do it on purpose. And so that doesn't always happen. Most of the time, people don't know that they're pulling from your energy. And if you're an empath and you're sitting in this beautiful light of happiness and high vibration, you will start to notice that somebody is an energy vampire by the way you feel when you are around them. If you feel that you are always having to console this person because you feel their yucky energy, right? You're always having to make this person happy because you feel their energy. You're always having to be there as an empath to help this person, right? Always having to do that. And then you find yourself feeling depleted, feeling like you have no energy, feeling stressed, feeling overwhelmed, feeling unable to, get up and go. You're very likely in the presence of an energy vampire. And because they're coming to an empath, indicating that they're in this space of sorrow or difficulty, if you have not taken steps to block yourself from that kind of interference, then you will be susceptible to it. I myself was, totally was. Which is why I feel it's super important for you to know the difference of when somebody's drawing on your energy and when somebody is actually in need of your assistance. Thus, pause, assess, go to spirit, find out what it is that is your purpose for knowing why this person feels a certain way. You didn't know about this stuff back then. I did, but I made an error in judgment. They do, but that's why you make them more miserable by not acknowledging them. That's why you're never going to New Orleans. New Orleans is awesome. Fred's from there, remember? Misery loves company. That's a good way that you can determine some of those people. Yeah, you will always feel drained. Like you'll feel that just talking to them is a chore. You know what I mean? Hey, Dee. Just talking to them is a chore because you're like so depleted afterwards, right? It's this intensity to it. And then, you need to kind of distance yourself. Yeah, New Orleans feels like home to me too. Yeah, I love New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. All right, so let's see so we covered basically a little bit energy vampires. You need to be cautious of them. They will steal your light. They will steal your energy. And you will feel miserable, and you don't want that. You say you'll end up on the dark side because you're a Scorpio, but they may actually end up scaring you. How do you block it? You might throw the wrong beads at them. How do you block it? Well, first of all, you have to learn to recognize them, right? What if you're an energy vampire and you don't want to be one? Ooh, now I don't know how to help you with that, but that vampire group might be able to help you with it, Sam. I know that sounds awful for me to direct you to them, but they might be able to help you if you do that and you don't want to be. Because I don't know how to tell you how not to be. I could tell you to raise your vibration or something of that nature, but if being depleted of energy and needing somebody's energy is what gives you your life force, I can't tell you how to deal with that. Somebody, if that is how you feel, where you feel like you have to have somebody else's life force to feel content or happy, then that group might be able to help you with that. Unfortunately. I hope that's not the case for your sake, my dear. I really do. Because that's a tough life. That's a tough life. Yes, exactly. You can put a light bubble of protection around you. That's what I do when I'm out and about. Like I will literally work on energy. If I am out and about and I'm feeling something, I place that bubble, that diamond bubble around me. Because you can do it in your mind space in a matter of minutes, right? You can do it in your mind space in a matter of minutes. You could be looking, once you get really focused on being able to visualize without having to close your eyes. And that's something that we talked about in the clairvoyant video last week, right? Being able to visualize by looking, like I could visualize it right now by looking at myself in the the screen, right? Like I could visualize the bubble surrounding me without having to close my eyes. And that's what you need to get adept with, is being able to visualize without actually closing your eyes. Because in that space, you could be talking to somebody and not alert them that you are even doing any kind of energy work, because you can visualize it occurring while you're still carrying on a conversation. And super rockin', I think if anybody can do that, you can, most definitely. That was super rockin' that asked, right? Was it super rockin'? Let me go back. Yeah, it was super rockin'. You keep getting spirit chills, Mary Lou. That's awesome. Could you be at a long distance and still get your energy taken from a vampire? That's a good question. I'd have to say no. I think if you allow it, yes. But if you consciously block it out, no. There can sometimes their energy can be attached to things. You know how, like, I don't know why I've got my iPad on my lap, but for some reason I do. So you know how, let's use our crystal ball as an example, right? Right? So let's say somebody had given this to me, right? And they had it, but they were kind of an energy vampire. Well, then their energy would be on here, and I would need to cleanse it with sage or toss it. Get rid of it. Toss it. Like literally. I do not like to have anything energetically from somebody that I don't already know how their energy is. Does that make sense? That's why I don't buy at flea markets. That's because I'm so connected, right? I don't buy at flea markets for that reason. Sometimes you can touch an item and be able to feel the feelings, right? If you touch an item, let's say you're at a flea market, right? You touch an item and suddenly you just feel like this horrible energy. Don't get it. Not to like cause a sense of panic, but don't buy it. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. So that would be an example. Like, you know, you focus strongly on the energy before you buy it. But let's say you have something that somebody gave you, right? I know this is kind of creepy, but let's say an energy vampire gave this to me, right? And I kept it in my house. Yes, absolutely. Their energy could still be drawing from me. So that's why if you're feeling that from somebody long distance, I first would suggest that you go through your things and see if you have anything that was once from that person. And if so, if you have something that was once from that person, cleanse it. If you still feel it, toss it. Like, just toss it. Don't even bother selling it. Just toss it, because you're going to cause somebody else harm. Hey, Lion King. Lion King, you're back. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, welcome. All right. Did that answer your question about the long distance energy vampire? If someone gives you bad vibes, is that empathic? Like they don't feel like good people. That's a little bit different. So it is empathic, but it's empathic from spirit. So if you're getting bad vibes about somebody, that's empathic from spirit, not empathic necessarily from them. Does that make sense, Mary Lou? Good, good, good. I'm glad that made sense to you about the long distance. Definitely energy can be attached to items, and that's something I'm very, very particular about. You gave your ex your pair of diamond earrings. You kind of want them back and get rid of them because he's been in your head over 13 months now. Okay, so Claudia. So this ex that's been in your head for 13 months, that's not your twin, is it? Like, just out of curiosity, like, Character judging is spirit driven. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I was saying at the beginning. Like, you have empathic feelings that you got, that are from spirit that direct you and guide you on something. Hey, Steve. Spirit guides and directs you on. Whereas that empathic feeling that you're feeling from a person, where you're feeling it from a person, then that's a little bit different, right? Then that's like, okay, spirit, why do I need to know this about this person? Why are they feeling this way? But if you get that kind of like creepy vibe of, no, that person's, not somebody that I should be around, that's entirely coming from spirit. And you don't have to be empathic to get that, because sometimes it's just like spirit guides and people watching over you, dead people watching over you saying, get away from that person. They're bad for you. So you don't necessarily have to be empathic to get that kind of warning. Yeah, warning, Jen. Thank you. You can see someone and don't like them. You get a bad vibe. Your dogs are like that too. Yeah, it's that. It's that spirit warning. Yeah, my dog will know somebody from across the way to stay away from. It's crazy. Does anybody else have any more questions? I'm trying to think of where we left off and what else we need to cover. So your questions are actually helping that a lot. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I laugh a lot. Some people hate it. Who is jittery? It could be anybody, Mary Lou. Dogs are so intuitive. My Bailey is crazy intuitive. It's like she seems to connect to people who've lost pets. It's really quite interesting. She always knows when somebody needs her. She will pick people. She'll pick people to go to, and usually, they've lost a pet or something of that nature, and Bailey brings them joy. It's really quite neat to watch. It's making it hard for you to sit still. Mary Lou, do what I just told you about. Do the egg of protection and release that person's energy. That's what you need to work on. Doing the egg of protection, the diamond protection, or the emerald, like I was talking about, and send them on their way. Send their energy on their way. Yes, there is such a thing as remote healing. Exactly. I think Mary Lou, in your case, rather than sending healing, get control of the energy first before you start sending people healing. Are energy vampires different by their sign? No, they're all the same. They'll all act the same. A lot of times they get confused as narcissists because it causes a sense of, difficult energy. How's everyone in this Mercury retrograde? Having a lot of technical problems, that's for sure. When many different dogs always attack the same person, well, that definitely means there's something wrong with them, that's for sure. Maybe not a good person. How does a person become empathic? If you're not empathic, I wouldn't want it. We'll talk about that in a second, though. We'll talk about how to, increase those abilities. You were doing a tarot reading and felt as if you were having an anxiety attack. As soon as you were done, it went away. Okay, so sometimes some people, that's why some people won't let other people. All right, hold on. Let me, mods, can you remind me? Let's talk about, we want to talk about what Cynthia's having, because there's a lot of you that read tarot. And let's see. Let's talk about first on how a person can become more empathic. Let's talk about Stephanie's question. And then I'm going to get to Cynthia's question. So, mods, can you remind me the question after I talk about how to be more empathic? See, Mary Lou, you're struggling from the same thing my cousin does. And so you need to work on protecting your energy. And as soon as you're able to control your energy and control the empathic energy that you're feeling, you'll be able to release that and you'll be able to move forward, no problem. The key is to get control of the energy that you're feeling and not absorb it. So you have to have a little block in place there, honey. So with regards to how you can become more empathic, it's the same ways that you cope with it in a roundabout way, right? To become more empathic, you need to hone in on those abilities, hone in on those psychic abilities. And to get really in touch with the psychic abilities of Clairsentient, it's important for you to take steps to try to develop it, right? Now, for those of you that are not empaths and want to be, I strongly encourage you to rethink it because it is very difficult. Maybe ask for clairvoyance instead and then work your way to clairsentience. You know, something a little bit less intrusive with your life. But as a clairsentient, it's important for you to develop those abilities. So like we're seeing, Mary Lou has the ability, but it's not developed. My cousin has the ability, but it's not developed. You know, so you need to get really, really tight on your ability because then you can control it. So in order to develop it, you have to do a few things that we do with everything else, right? One, keep your chakra system clear. Clear. Number two is something that I don't always listen to. So let me just note that. If you are out and about, drinking alcohol is going to make it worse if you are an empath. So make sure you are wearing beads, carrying beads, etc., etc. Because drinking alcohol will make those abilities heightened and more difficult for you to control. So try not to do that if at all possible. Or keep it within a normal, easy to deal with amount. Don't go out and get drunk, okay? But it's important for you to meditate. It's important for you to keep your chakras clear. It's important to feed your body and your mind the right things. So stay away from sugar. It causes inflammation. It causes your mind not to see things the way they are. Okay, so stay away from sugar. I know that sounds like extreme, but it will. Tess, I think you can back me up on that one. Sugar, not good for you. It'll mess with your intuitive abilities because your mind doesn't process properly. So think about what you're eating. Think about the things that you're putting into your body. Make sure you're meditating. Absolutely. Make sure you're meditating because meditation clears the mind and it clears the space of a lot of those difficult feelings that you're feeling, right? Because you're bringing yourself to a point of peace. Breathing is very important. Focusing on the breath. Because when you come to a point where you're focused on your breathing, you can control the emotions that you're feeling from another person and let them go. Bring about a feeling of peace, right? Bring about a feeling of peace. I second the being addicted to sage, even though I hate sage. Oh, you said you're addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to sage. So sage clears out the negative energy. I'm using it all the time when I'm working. I hate it. I hate the smell of it. But by golly, it takes those negative emotions that I've dealt with from somebody I've just read cards with away. So super, super, super important to sage your home. Keep it clear, keep it clean. I'm not real good at that one either because I stay busy. I have other things to do besides clean, is the way I see it. But keep your space decluttered and clear so that you don't add your own personal stress to your empathic abilities. So chakras, major important. Clear all blockages. Do the exercise that I was talking about, super important. But let's say you're not a person who's very in tune to your emotions, right? Somebody who's not very in tune to their emotions, say men or strong, independent women like myself who don't speak it. Journaling about what you're feeling helps you to become more in tune to what you're feeling so that you are able to divine through spirit what it is that you're seeing and feeling, right? So journaling, super, super good activity for empaths. Very, very important. Rose quartz. Rose quartz will help to clear out some of the energies and also bring about a feeling of unconditional love. Amethyst, as we said, will open up your intuitive abilities. Super important. And you want grounding stones around you. Grounding stones. Oh yeah, I agree. Walking into a room where everybody's in a bad mood, ooh, no. Yes, that works too, Steve. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's important to focus on your abilities from the standpoint of how you would with everything else too, right? But you have to become more in touch with your emotions to be able to recognize when they're not yours. My nose suddenly got itchy. Is somebody's in the room, male, a male that's a male that's pretending to be somebody else. My nose just got itchy. I'm not sure who that is, but it's on the male side. If it's on the right side, it's female. On the left side, it's male. So there's a male in the room. I just walked into the room recently. Your nose is itchy too? Yeah. That's the male side. Somebody's pretending to be somebody they're not. Who is it? Somebody's busted. Oh, yeah. It's got to stop. So busted. So whoever it is, I'm on to you. All right. You're a dude. Sam Fox, Lion King, is it you? Lion King did talk right before that, didn't he? Lion King, who are you? It was Lion King. Steve, I know is Steve. Super Rockin', I know is Super Rockin'. Francisco, I know is Francisco. Bobby, I know is Bobby. It's probably somebody who hasn't even spoke. Lion King, is it you? Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh. Ears itching. Well, that could be your tell for something. All right. Well, that was funny. That was hilarious. Lion King's been quiet. Lion King, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. That's hilarious. All right, let's see if we can find out what is the zodiac sign of the person who's pretending to be somebody they're not. Let's see what card comes out. It's probably not somebody in chat. It's probably somebody who's stalking. All right, it's a Scorpio. There's a Scorpio in the midst, lingering somewhere. Judgment card, that's Scorpio. But Scorpio, you guys are always black shades in the corner, so, no big deal. Am I going to do a medium chat ever? Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that. Not today. Not today. Being a medium is just talking to spirits, right? Ultimately. A psychic medium talks to spirits. I do that every single day we're on here. At some point, Fred is speaking to me, or somebody is present speaking in some way, shape, or form. So that often comes across, but if you're wanting to talk to a specific person, like wanting to talk to like a passed down loved one or something of that nature, you know, that's something entirely different. So look for my channeling videos. There may be a message in there for you. You never know, because sometimes I get forward, I get future messages as well as past and present. So that's so funny. It's still itching, so whoever it is still here. That's okay. All right, let's see. Where were we? Did I answer Stephanie's question or not? And if not, remind me of the question. And then we had another question out there. You ever hear of the Council of Light? Yes, I absolutely have. I have met some. Met some of them. Oh, I'm always laughing. Always laughing. Your text took 6.5 minutes to reach. Which text? Which text? Anxiety while reading tarot cards for Cynthia. Yes, but there was one question before that, and I want to make sure that I was able to answer it. You've been interrupted all day today. Yeah, I've had that experience too. It's been bad. It a little bit bad. There was it's at least it was just like the very first video that I went to go do. I was entirely interrupted by it, and I was like, fine, I'm not doing this one. And so so I removed it, and then I got the you know, the actual same message with different cards, which was amazing. I love that. All right, so I'm hoping I answered Stephanie's question earlier. If I did not, my humblest apologies. Please, you know, set it across again. So regarding the anxiety while reading tarot cards, Cynthia. Is Cynthia still in here? So, whew, that's a big one. So, so with the anxiety of reading tarot cards, a lot of tarot readers, this is also that empathic ability, right? When you become more, great, Cynthia, when you become more in tune with your empathic abilities, which is what you were feeling with the tarot cards, right? When you become more in tune with those empathic abilities, and you can learn to turn it off from the moment you feel it, right? Utilize it the best you can for the cards, because in some way it's necessary in that reading, and then turn it off. That's going to be the most helpful for you. So you're going to need to get really, really in touch with the control of your empathic abilities by doing that stuff like chakra work and you know, everything that we just talked about. Now, a lot of tarot readers who are empathic refuse to let people shuffle their cards in person. So I'm not sure if that was an in-person reading or if that was a reading you were doing from a distance. You can feel it from a distance as well. But a lot of tarot readers refuse to let you touch their cards because, gosh forbid, you pick up that energy. So if it was from an in-person reading, that's where that control of that empathic abilities needs to occur. Okay, on video. So let me just address the people. We'll address distance in a second. But if you are in person, I prefer to let somebody shuffle my cards. The reason I do that is because I want to feel their energy. I need to know that their energy is in the cards. In fact, if I don't feel it when they hand me back the cards, I hand it back to them and I make them reshuffle. Now, once you get connected to feeling different energy signatures, you will also feel the feeling associated with whatever energy is coming through the cards. So you can already know if there's intense anxiety, as you're talking about, Cynthia. Usually I get intense anxiety from somebody who's afraid to hear tarot. Somebody who's just recently got their first tarot reading or is terrified of what the cards are going to show. Usually people who are afraid of what the card is going to show either know that there's something that they have to face in their life, or it's just so scary because they've heard all kinds of bad things about, spiritual things, and they're afraid that some demon's going to come out of the cards or something like that. Or they're going to hear something that they're afraid they're not going to be able to handle. And so usually if I feel that anxiety, it's usually at the very beginning of a reading, right? And so what I do when I feel that at the beginning of a reading, if it's on video with somebody and they're face to face, I say to them, could you please take a deep breath for me? I just need you to take a couple deep breaths for me so that you can help them to settle their energy. When you're able to do that, then you can accurately connect to their energy. I also like to have them talk, because if, whether they're anxious or not, when they talk, I can connect to their energy on the cards. So if you feel intense anxiety face to face on video, take a deep breath for me, please. I'm feeling that you might be a little anxious. Please take a deep breath for me. If you still feel it, I need you to take a couple more deep breaths for me. And then you wait till it subsides. If, however, you're doing a pre-recorded tarot reading and you feel that anxiety because you've connected to somebody who's dealing with intense anxiety, at that point, tell Spirit, okay, I understand this person is dealing with something overwhelming. Take a step back from your cards. Ask Spirit to remove that energy, but thank them for letting you know that it was very intense, and then return to your cards. If your person is sitting directly in front of you and you feel that sense of intense anxiety, pre-recorded, then that's what you need to do. Tell Spirit to take it away. Take it away. And then go grab a quartz crystal and use that while you're reading the cards. So, or a selenite, if you have selenite. Selenite's good for that. Or if you really feel, if all you've got is a rose quartz or something like that, then hold that and use that while you're reading. Somebody will not know if you're using it as a wand or if you're using it to pull information from Spirit, right? Super important. Keep a quartz crystal near you. If you're reading tarot, you want a quartz crystal near you. I keep one on the board. I don't know if you've noticed, most of the times when I used to do the hand videos, I would keep a quartz crystal on the board so that if I needed to pick it up because I was feeling something overwhelming and negative, I would pick it up. So now y'all know the secret. If you see a hand video and I picked up a quartz crystal, it is not good. It's not good. Just be prepared. But in person, if you feel the energy of anxiety on the cards, then you need to disconnect yourself from the outcome of the cards and know that it's to direct the cards in a particular way. I did a reading with 5 people, and I'm empathic, so I can pick up everybody's energy, but I've finally tuned it to where I can connect with one individual and knock everybody else out of the energetic field, right? So it's just that I've just gotten very in tune to recognizing energy and when it's mine and when it's not, and how to block it. And that comes over time of trial and error, mind you, right? So I sat there and I read one person with the cards. I knocked out the cards, handed them to the next person, and so on and so on. And it gets, when you feel the energy and you feel the feelings and the emotions. I'll give you an example. On the last person of the 5 that I read, I put the cards down. I could feel the occult. Now, granted, I used to be an occult practitioner, so that's why I recognized it. I could feel the occult on the cards from this person. So I placed the cards down because I wanted to make sure that he wasn't into black magic or anything like that, right? So I placed the cards down and I said, I'm not reading until you can tell me why I feel the occult on here. And so I felt it again on the cards, and he explained to me why I was feeling what I was feeling. And I said, okay, I'm going to read it. And so I read the cards. And of course, I went and I cleansed the cards with sage later. Super important to note that you should always cleanse your cards if you've dealt with somebody's negative energy on there. Okay, well, that just went in a different turn. So, so you can pick up the feelings and emotions through energy as well. So the feelings and emotions that I felt from that the occult energy was negative, which is why I took that pause and asked some questions, asked some hard questions, you know, in order to make sure that it was okay for me to read the cards. And wow, you guys got quiet again on me. I love y'all. Y'all don't think about it, Kimmy, because I used to be be a witch. No. That was a long time ago, y'all. That was a long time ago. What state am I in? You hear the twang, huh? I'm in North Carolina. Uh-huh. The obsidian and onyx crystals that you have, should you make them into a pendant, are they small? You can always carry them in your pocket. Like I have up on the top shelf, I have a labradorite that I carry with me. I have a lot of stories. I've lived quite the life. Quite the life. So I have a lot of stories I could tell you, both psychic and otherwise. So I was told I should write a book on my life someday, but when there is a major change in your life, you get violently ill. Yeah. See, and that's the way that Spirit was using to communicate with you, Lou. Well, Alexis, you can never really make your abilities necessarily work in your favor. So, Alexis, when you get to that point where you are able to block the energy and release it, right? In a sense, as you release yourself from the energy, a perfect example is this particular channel. So there's 32,000 of you up here, right? 32,700 something. If I were to absorb everybody's energy and take it on as mine, I'd be a basket case. I'd be a total complete basket case, probably, you know, in need of severe medication or something, you know, because I wouldn't be able to handle that. So you have to get to that point where you are able to say, okay, this emotion is not mine, and release it. It's literally just saying, this emotion I'm feeling is not mine. Spirit, help remove this from me now. And also tell me why I needed to know that. Why exactly did I need to know that? Like, when that happens, it's a conscious thought, because you can control your abilities through conscious thought. Yes, sometimes it is hard to realize it, and that's why you need to work very strong on getting in touch with your emotions. Journaling, chakra work, meditation, crystal work, all that sort of stuff, super important. And keep your mind and your body clear of junk and toxins. The best you can, Alexis, the best you can. Is there a way to clear unknown vampire energy, not knowing where it came from, past life or now? Yes. Okay, so that's a very good question. So that's an entirely different topic, but kind of on the same lines, right? Past life karma. Past life karma is a bitch. Excuse my language, but it is. So, past life karma. Past life karma. So, usually when we're talking about past life stuff, right? I like to go to the Akashic Records. This is where Archangel Metatron is like your best friend. So, going to the Akashic Records, you can go up and you can clear out, take that bloody stamp and clear the heck out of your book. Hit the Akashic Records and remove it. And it is freeing. You will actually be amazed at how much you can remove that has been affecting you that you didn't realize just by taking a run to the Akashic Records. Now, going to the Akashic Records, you clear out stuff from your book. You know how to get back up there after that time. You're able to do that at any given point in time. When you clear out all your past life karma, my goodness, your life becomes really quite wonderful. But that's really the best way. Some people do the Ho'oponopono prayer. The Ho'oponopono, I guess, however you pronounce it, right? Ho'oponopono prayer works with present day karma very, very well, right? So if you want to repair a relationship between you and a person, or you're having a problem between you and a person, the Hawaiian prayer of saying the four sentences over and over and over again. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. That will repair situations between you and people energetically in this lifetime. But past life karma, you got to go to the Akashic Records. Clear out that entry. Now, we do Akashic Records clearing at the end of our group Reiki sessions. I do not have a group Reiki session set up for February. It being my son's birthday month, my birthday month, I chose to just do the mini tarot reads on the 17th, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the 17th. But we will be doing a group Reiki session in March. And after that group Reiki session, we go up to the Akashic Records. And then I also give you the MP3 to walk you through going up there to do that at any point in time that you need to. The Reiki, with the Reiki, we place a key to give you access to the Akashic Records. You carry a green aventurine heart in your pocket. Yay, with a little clear quartz. Cool, cool. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate you putting that up there. And that events tab is where you'll always see if we're doing a group Reiki session. Now, I do regular Reiki as well. I can do individualized Reiki, and that's also up on my site. But the group Reiki sessions, they're more affordable for everybody. So if you want a private Reiki session, just let me know. But group Reiki, we take a maximum of 10 people. We're keeping them small, the group Reiki session. So if you see one up, make sure you nab your spot before it goes gone. Because sometimes we have about 4 or 5 people that register together. So you want to make sure you don't miss out your slot. So that'll be in March. In March. Did I miss anybody's questions? Am I caught up on questions? It will be March. I will put the March schedule up at the very end of February, probably before my birthday. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going out of town for my birthday or going out of town in March. So I need to figure that out first because I'm preparing for a move. So I need to make sure I get all that timing right. So I'll let you know for sure towards the end of February. Now with personal Reiki, we don't stay in Zoom. Group Reiki, we stay in Zoom. Personal Reiki, I talk to you beforehand, then I do Reiki, then I talk to you after, and then you get your report after. Just so you know. Hello. About the shamanic service. Okay, so I'm not doing my shamanic journeys anymore. I used to offer shamanic journeying and power animal retrieval. And so I do not do the shamanic journeys anymore. I am doing one for Connie, this week. So that might be why you're asking. I don't know if you were there at that day or not. So case by case basis, the last shamanic journey I did ended up being 17 pages from the journey. So as a result of that, it took way more time. It took me like 4 or 5 days to put the PDF together. So therefore, I chose to release that from my site. So I love shamanic journeys though. Oh, Lou, I have to do your power animal retrieval too. Yeah. We need to set up a time to do that. So those are the only two. Sorry, nobody else can at this point. I removed it. Love y'all, but the shamanic stuff was taking too much time. So March will be the Akashic Records event, right, on clearing past life karma. We'll be doing Reiki first, and during the Reiki session, so we clear out the chakra systems. We figure out if there's anything blocked there that you need to know about. And then after that, then we go to the Akashic Records and clear. Oh, they are exhausting. They are exhausting, Keisha. The actual shamanic journey is not exhausting, but I record it and then I go back through the recording, and that could be 15 to 30 minutes. Sometimes it's a lot of dead time, so it's a dead, and then I say what I'm seeing, and then dead, say what I'm seeing. And then the stuff that I see, I go to spirit for interpretation and gather data on, gather spiritual information on. So it's kind of in depth. Super rockin', are you saying that it's 6 minutes before your before yours comes up? Before your chat comes up? Or before I see it? My birthday is February the 26th. February the 26th. I can't wait. I love my birthday. I feel like I get younger every year. Anybody else have any other questions? We've been in for nearly 2 hours. 2 hours. Long time. Oh, really? Chat died during the live stream? Oh my goodness, that would be horrible. Horrible. You're put on timeout. Wow. Mercury retrograde. Am I on Twitter? I am, but I only have like 20 or 30 people on Twitter, so I very rarely use it. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and I really need to build those 3 social medias. My personal Instagram is also public as well. Yes, I'm busy. Today was a very busy day. I still have more zodiac readings to do. I was going to do some when we logged off, but I don't foresee that happening. Y'all are just going to be happy with it tomorrow. So I think I still have, let's see, tomorrow's VIP marathon. So between VIP marathon videos, I will have to do 7 more signs. So y'all love me anyway, but the signs are going to be late. The VIPs come first tomorrow. VIPs, you should get a good plethora of readings, as long as you guys let me know what you needed. Did you guys let me know what you needed over on the community tab? I hope so. I haven't looked yet. I've been recording all day. You did. Okay, good. VIP, I will be just uploading a lot of stuff for you guys tomorrow. Marathoning. So I'll do a video, upload it, do a video, upload it. Don't expect any bells and whistles. No bells and whistles in terms of recording. It'll probably be all hand. I'm an affiliate with the group that sells the bracelets. So I'm going to put a link in here tomorrow. I'll also put it up on the community tab as well. I love their bracelets. They're amazing. These ones are actually malas, but they also have bracelets as well. So hopefully VIPs, you guys will get everything you need tomorrow. Obviously, it's not a one day and none. So, you know, as you guys need stuff, VIPs, if I'm not delivering that particular type of video, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, the malas are wonderful. I love them. Bye, Claudia. Bye, Claudia. Well, everyone, I think, you know, we'll just do another few minutes of chat and then we'll go. I don't think we're going to be staying around for, you know, Make-A-Wish time. Because I am wiped out. I am totally wiped out. Claudia, look at all that love you got. That's so awesome. I love it. Good night, Sam. Thank you for your presence here tonight. Truly appreciate it. Hope you have a beautiful evening. Hey, Kimmy, I made a mix and posted it to my Mixcloud. Oh, cool. Awesome. Awesome, Keisha. Send me a link. I'd love to hear it. You type it and I read it 6 minutes later. How did you end up 6 minutes behind? Maybe, or am I, wait, you type it and then I read it. That's weird. 6 minutes difference? That's crazy. Mercury retrograde, I guess. Awesome, Keisha. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Tank might not be doing anything for my birthday if I go out of town. He'll buy me something, but we might not celebrate on my birthday. I'm not sure when I'm going out of town yet. Yeah, super rockin'. Try refreshing. Hey, Keisha, why don't you put the link up in on one of the VIP videos tomorrow, so all the VIPs can hear it. I'm cool with that. I'll approve it. Yes, last year I went go-go dancing. Y'all want to see my go-go? I gotta show y'all my go-go thing. Hold on. I don't think I could pull it off this year, but let me show it to you anyway. I'm proud of my 50-year-old go-go dress self. So this is the way I celebrate my birthday. Hold on. I gotta go back a little ways. Wait a minute. That's not this year. Hold on. Birthday. I think I know it by my birthday hat. All right, so first of all, me and my birthday hat. I wear it every year. Can y'all see it? See, isn't that cute? Me and my birthday hat. And that's me in my go-go dress. My 50-year-old birthday in my go-go dress. I wanted to have a go-go birthday, so we went to the Roxbury here in Charlotte, and the Roxbury was it was a place that had like 80s music. So that's Kimmy, 50-year-old Kimmy. So I got big old thighs. Let's see. I'm not going to show you that one. Or that one. Okay. So, this is me and my girls. And I have pictures with random people. I have no idea who they are. So, that was my birthday. I always wear that hat for my birthday. Oh, I did get to meet a subscriber. I don't know if she's on here or not. as I was going to my, this was cool. I always love this. I remember like the first time I was out and about when I wrote my books and somebody like recognized me for my books, right? It was the wait staff at a restaurant, and she just couldn't stop talking about my books like all night long, which was kind of difficult when you're getting food, right? And so I thought that was pretty cool. And then I've met several subscribers on the channel, but this one I met on my birthday night. I met her on my birthday night on my way to the Roxbury. On my stop before that, we stopped in at a place, and I don't go there anymore. We stopped in at a place in Uptown, like called the Daily. And like I said, I don't go there anymore because I don't live up there anymore. But so we went to this place called the Daily, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, I watch your channel." So that was really cool. Drew Burger King Daddy. Hello, Drew Burger King Daddy. So that was kind of cool. And so that was neat. Oh, you're on your cell phone. Okay, cool. Jennifer, be on that just in case you need to do that again. Well, there's this other subscriber on my on here, right, that I ran into, and oh my goodness, she's the most delightful, most sweetest girl ever, I swear. She has like the most, I wish I could remember what her handle was here. I think her name was, I think it might have been Michelle. She's super, super, super sweet, absolutely darling. And I saw her out and about during one of the events in Uptown Charlotte, and she was just an absolute delight to run into. So that was pretty cool too. I run into subscribers every once in a while. Thank you, girls. Thank you. I love my birthday hat. I wear that every single year. Every single year. I got that when I was 40. So I've had it that long. It's crazy. I love that hat. I think it's because it's like bright pink. I don't know. It's cool. Tess, were you playing Far Cry? I finally started Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I got well, I'm not allowed to say that word on YouTube. I got my butt handed to me in that game. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know, Bobby, right? Oh, I don't know what he said, but thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad you guys see it long before I do. Oh, mine's Xbox, unfortunately. Hey, Nikki, how are ya? Hello, hello. You have an Xbox too. I tried the game. I got really, really sucked into it, right? Of course, anything Viking and, blood, guts, and gore was like really cool to me. And it's Assassin's Creed. So, I mean, who doesn't like Assassin's Creed? So, everything was going great. And then I got into one giant battle and I died like 8 times. And then I killed the big bad dude, right? And I was feeling like all pumped up, like I can do this, I got this, no problem. And then I end up in this other big bad fight right after that. And I was like, I'm in trouble. I'm getting my ass handed to me. Oops, I just said it on YouTube. I'm getting my arse handed to me. And so it tore me apart, Tess. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it. I'm going to have Tank come over and teach me some quick trigger moves because Either that or I'm going to have to modify my controller, I think, to make it a little bit more responsive. So there's some swear words I can get away with on YouTube. Other swear words are like an absolute no-no. You'd be surprised at what ones are an absolute no-no. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm a video gamer, so sorry about all the game talk, y'all. Tess is a gamer, so is Fusion. Exactly. Try and try again. Well, I felt my stress levels going up, and I was like, all right, it's Saturday night. I'm playing this game on a Saturday night. I just need to chill. So I paused it for a little bit. I tried going back. No, I got my butt handed to me again. So I'll figure it out. Absolutely. I'm not going to let it like stop me in this like first major quest, right? And I've got it set to easy, so you would think it would be all right, but apparently not. So I think I'm going to be modifying that controller. That's what I think. More than likely. Y'all got quiet on me again. I swear, there's like, people don't realize how much stress a video game causes, you know? I've seen Tank in his live streams like pouring sweat from his games. Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Keisha. So for those of you guys who are new, Tank is my son, and he's also a video game streamer. So okay, sounds good, Keisha. I'll approve it. I'll look for it to make sure it goes through. Because it may get held, like, because it's a link, but I'll approve it. I'll make sure it goes through. Bobby's not my biological son, but he's my son too. He's my second son. So those of you that see Bobby logged in. What was the first game system you ever had? Oh, Jennifer, an Atari. I'm Atari age, you know? I am Atari age. Gosh, I was like an Asteroids master. I loved that game. Asteroids was awesome. After that, I did some computer programming after that. So I've had an Atari, I've had a Nintendo. I've been thinking about getting a Nintendo again, or a Sony like handheld. I'm thinking about getting a handheld. I need a handheld. So I've had an Atari, I've had a Nintendo, I've had Sony PlayStation, the regular one, the first one. I've had a Super Nintendo. Also, there was another little tiny handheld. Who was that? It started with an S. Pong, yeah. Oh, and I used to play World of Warcraft, so computer PC games. Obviously, I used to work for Microsoft, so I'm a PC nerd. And yeah, well, that's because I shamed him into it earlier, Nikki. So I used to play World of Warcraft on the PC, and I played it from beta. I think I played that game for like 12 years. So crazy about Warcraft. I'm thinking about going back. Good night, Lavonda. Thank you for your presence here tonight. I hope you have a beautiful week. We'll see you next Sunday for, I don't remember which one we're doing next Sunday, but we're doing another one next Sunday. I'm seriously thinking about getting into World of Warcraft again, but I need to fix my Alienware before I can do that. So I need to reseat the keyboard because I'm not playing that game on any other machine other than the Alienware, like Gamer Central. But that means I have to break open the laptop, get out my old tools and get to it. Electronic arts, yeah. So WoW was a big one. I'm also a big Sims player. I love the Sims games. Um, oh, no, no, no. My Alienware is a $5,000 machine. Like, I'm going to be able to reseat that keyboard. I know I'm going to be able to get into it. Did you see the movie version of WoW? I did. I was there. Yep. In fact, when I saw the movie version of WoW was like when I first became single, right? So I was at the movie theater by myself. I went to see a movie by myself. And so, the people behind me were like, is she here by herself? She's here to watch the movie by herself? That just doesn't make sense. And I'm like, oh, hush, people. I'm a woman that can go places herself. Thank you for your lovely pictures of your birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Italian Stallion. Appreciate it. I love video games, y'all. I'm a nerd. And I remember when we moved to Canada. So we were here's another story, right? So I remember when we lived in Canada, we moved to Canada from Connecticut. And so I was like 10, I think, when we moved to Canada. And we were living just outside of Toronto. Love Toronto. For any of my Canadians, love Toronto. And so I remember when my dad would be done, working, and we'd go out to eat. There was this restaurant we always would go to. And, my dad just wanted to chill, wanted to relax. And so he'd bring like a roll of quarters. And me and my brother would go sit and play Pac-Man because they had a Pac-Man machine, the kind where you sit down on each side to play. And so I remember feeding the machine quarters to play Pac-Man at this restaurant. Well, my dad and mom decompressed from my dad's workday. So that was so much fun. And in the Navy, I was a huge pinballer. Pinball. I was like pinball wizard in the Navy. Oh gosh, I loved pinball. Loved pinball. Because down in our break room of our barracks, we had three pinball machines. And so I would go down there with a group of about 3 or 4 of us. We'd be down there playing pinball all the time. Loved it. So pinball is something like I will like gravitate to anywhere I go. Good night, Shorty. And racing games. Racing games. Racing games. You can get me with a racing game anytime. Just if I walk in and there's a machine with a car wheel on it, look out. Kimmy's gone. I'm playing it. On my Xbox, I have Forza. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Forza. Shorty, I hope your week is better, honey. Forza, in Forza, you can pick these different tracks in different cities, right? I love the city map for Prague because it's a constant curve, right? And so I'm always playing the Prague one. And I've gotten so good at the Prague one that I always come out first in it. But the other ones I don't always do so good. But Prague, I'm hooked on that map. So Forza is also my thing. Racing games. Everybody got quiet again. guys, we're almost at the point where you can make a wish. So maybe we'll wait a couple minutes. Have you played Need for Speed? No, I haven't, oddly. Oddly, I have not played that one. So Bailey, since I moved to this apartment, because it's a studio, right? In my old studio, there was a wall between the bedroom area and the living room. This studio, there's not. So she spends her entire day sitting on top of that bed. Just every once in a while, she pokes her head up and it's like, oh, mom's still there. And so she just likes to sleep. And then when I open up the window, she'll watch the skateboarders down below. There you go, Fusion. Just don't play me in Prague. In Prague, you'll lose your pink slip to your car. Oh, that's funny. We should all have a gaming sesh one night. I actually thought about, like, you know, there's so I also play like Rise of Kingdoms on my I play Rise of Kingdoms on my iPad. You know, it's so funny. It's like all these boys like think I'm always out and about all the time. Like when I'm dating, I'm not. I'm at home on my games. They're like, yeah, I don't have time for that. I'll like pick one person to talk to and that's it, you know, and then like I try to get to know them and all my extra time is playing games. So I play Rise of Kingdoms here, which is like my little short luxury. Bye, Jen. It's my little luxury. I play Rise of Kingdoms. And so I really, really enjoy that one because it's sort of like, it's a mind dump. You don't have to think about it. You know what I mean? So what I had thought about is like, there's a few games that we can play like, and similar to that, which are like small games, which don't take up like tons of our time, right? And it also has a chat feature, so everybody could chat with each other. You know, so I think it would be kind of cool to sort of, we could create our own, oh gosh, why can't I think of the name? You know, we could create our own little, like clan or something of that nature. Share resources, all that good stuff. So I was thinking about maybe doing something like that, Tess. I don't know if like a little tiny game like that would be of interest to anybody. Black magic, really technically black magic can only occur if you believe in it. If you don't, you can put up protection mechanisms between you and those people. Just naturally doing so. Now, I have a lot of spirits around me that are always protecting me anyway, so I don't deal with that very often. But if you are dealing with a situation in which people are utilizing black magic on you, which is possible, one thing you got to do is sage the heck out of your house for sure. But I think it's important to do a lot of energy techniques to kind of, you know, like we were talking about, like that diamond shell, keep the energy out. There's a lemon trick you can do to kind of absorb any of that energy as well. A lot of quartz, things of that nature. You used to do the clan thing years ago. You had fun with that. I thought it would kind of be neat, like to have people up here on there, you know, because you would also give you guys a way that you could talk to each other when I'm not doing a live stream. Does that make sense? Although then y'all would know when I was in my off time, and you guys would have to let me have off time. So no spiritual questions when I'm gaming. No spiritual questions or tarot questions while I'm gaming. You know, that would be my only rule. Be like, y'all gotta let me have some downtime. I'll look into that. There's a few of them. We'll see if we can find one that's kind of cool. You wouldn't, but some people would. I think I've scared them all off the channel, though. You know, those ones that would, I think I've kind of scared off the channel, unfortunately. And fortunately, depends on how you look at it. But there was some people who were ESP during games. There was some people who were interfering with my personal time. So exactly, healthy boundaries. But healthy boundaries for you too, because remember we had that issue of some people kind of harming other people in the channel with their negativity and their junk. So it would need to be a safe zone for everybody. Have you guys ever played that that Catan? It's kind of like a one of my friends plays all the time. They've been trying to get me to play Catan. This, has anybody played that? I know, I saw that. We all missed 11:11. We were chatting. That's okay. In retrospect, everybody make a wish. Oh, let me turn it back to 11:11. Hold up. I know I've got to have a picture of 11:11 or something. We're going to make it logical. So you see it and then you have to say it and then you have to make your wish. Hold on. You made your wish. Okay, good for you. That's awesome. I totally missed it. So, let's see. Where can I? It would help if I could remember my tools on here. There it is. That one. All right. Hold on. All right, you ready? Make a wish. Make a wish. 11:11. Oh, we lost one. Make a wish. 11:11. Ooh, that lighting just went blue. That was weird. That was blue. You don't like 11:14, an odd one. Okay, we'll wait till 11:17 because I've been seeing 17 everywhere. So you can make a wish at 11:17. And then we have like the 17 number of you're being on the right path, and then the 111 of, you know, good new things. I have been seeing like 17 like crazy ever since I met about a week before. Well, it was going on before that. So it was going on before that, but for about a week and a half before I met that Cancer, I saw 17 everywhere. And then I kept seeing 17. You're born on 11/14. Scorpio. That's awesome, Kelly. Hey, Claudia's back. I thought you were leaving. Did I miss that? Did you come back? Did you leave and come back? Bobby, look at what Michelle just put. 3:11. That's something that Bobby's been seeing forever and a day. It's 3:11. All right, everyone. I think I need to go get some rest. I love y'all, but I'm going to have to scoot on out. 311 like the band, Tess said. Yeah. Everybody have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night. Love and light to all. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug, or kiss, hug, however we want to put it, like XO, XO. Big hug, kiss, kiss. Mwah! Thank you for spending time with me tonight, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. And I shall see you again later.